All right, what is up, Teach Better family? It is Wednesday. It's 5 p.m. Eastern time, which means this is your Teach Better brain break. And as you can tell, Dave's slacking off yet again. He's unfortunately stuck somewhere in the sky, somewhere, flying somewhere. I don't know. Insert your excuse. I'd love to actually see it in the comments what you think Dave's excuse is. Anyway, I've got Ray here, Hewitt with me here. We're going to chat. Ray might have some questions. We're going to figure out why the heck I'm wearing a tie. And we're going to talk about Ray's enormous wine rack cellar thing that she bought and see if there's an issue there that we need to talk about. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Drop in the comments. Let us know where you're at. What are you taking a break from? And if anything I just said sparked any questions. We'll be back. All right, I think right off the back, Joe's hitting it. Fancy Jeff today. Fancy.
You look very, very fancy.
Well, Ray, you always look nice. You got the fancy earrings stuff going on. I'm like, you know what? I need to step it up a little bit. Dave's one thing. I can put on a baseball cap and I'm good.
I mean, we're trying to be classy, but you're really taking it up a notch. And I wish it was for me, but I know it's not. So
it's not.
Taking it like a compliment.
Yeah, actually, I just wrapped up. Got to perform a marriage today. So, fun fact: if you don't know, I'm an ordained minister and I do weddings every now and then. So I got to do that today. So and it was just a little bit tight on time. I'm like, I'm not even going to worry about. I could have changed. So it's kind of like it's sort of for you. I could have changed, but I decided not to. So here I am. We're here. I did have enough time to grab myself a quick Dave Schmitto tall glass for my bourbon. What do you got going on there?
Okay, so it's a 312, but it's in a fancy tall glass because I found all my pretty glasses today, and I was like, if I have to go live drinking a beer, I'm putting it in a glass.
Interesting. All right. Okay, so now, so I know you have questions or whatever, but can you get into? Okay, first, can I share a fun story from my wedding?
I'm just here. You do whatever you want, dude.
Well, this is how it goes. So doing the wedding, we're having a good time, and I'm trying to think of how many. It's at least 7 or 8. We'll say 8. 8 of the aunts that were there all wanted selfies with me. Don't know why. All wanted selfies with me, and then one of them got serious with me and gave me a hug. And she's like, "Oh," when I was getting ready to leave, she's like, "I so wish your church was closer." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't have a church." She goes, "You don't have a church?" I said, "No, I'm ordained just in order to do weddings. I don't, I didn't actually study and go to school for that or anything like that." She goes, "Oh, you should get a church because we'd all come." And I'm like, "Oh, well, maybe I should get a church." So
I think that's called Teach Better.
So then she leans in because I'm a little joking at the time. She leans in and she goes, "No, I think it's your calling." And she walks away. I'm like, oh, I just felt something. I don't know what it is. So I felt really good about that. Unless it's requested, my ceremonies don't involve. There's nothing. There's no religion stuff in it unless it's asked. Unless the bridegroom requests, but it's not. So it was a really interesting moment for me. I enjoyed it. So.
I feel as though you got a little pick-me-up today of somebody telling you how great you are and you need to tone it down.
It was great. I think, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Church of Jeff and we're going to worship me.
This just seems like a lot. I don't know. I mean, I would trust you to perform a wedding, but if you convince the aunts that you are now the one that should be running the church, that makes me nervous.
It makes me nervous for them and they're just anything in life. I'm looking forward to the Teach Better conference for selfies as well. Yeah. Just saying, Danielle. Good to see you. Excited about that.
Fall 2022.
Fall 2022. Ooh, we're having a meeting a little bit later about it.
Like literally in a
like
few
like
hours.
right after this. Like
I was
yeah,
gonna say I don't know what time it is, but I feel
we
like
have 30 minutes after brain break, and then it's no more on a break. So it's like
we're like drinking a beer and then going to a meeting. That sounds like a good idea.
well, I'm not drinking a beer to go to the meeting.
That's true. Bourbon doesn't count.
I'm drinking bourbon. There's some ginger ale. I cut with ginger ale in there too, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So before we went live, you were telling me about the massive wine cellar that you just had put into your house.
No.
So you said they dug like extra outside of the house, then dug down. There's a stairway, and it opens up, and it's like picture like the library that like Belle slides on in Beauty and the Beast. Only it's all wine, right?
No.
Is that what I'm just trying to visually?
I was calling it a wine rack for a while, and then the people that I was talking to was criticizing me because apparently a wine rack is like small.
Yeah, it holds like 6, maybe 9 bottles or fewer. No, that's not what it is.
Not. Alfred's new bat cave. That's funny.
That is good. That would make a lot of sense.
No, it is a piece of furniture. There was no digging involved. It's like it sits on the floor, but it's not a wine rack because it's way taller than I am. Like, what am I, like 5'3" on a good day?
I'm not sure I've ever met you.
Yeah, it's like over 8 feet tall. Like it's almost to the ceiling.
So,
but it's only like it holds wine for the top 3 shelves is like intentionally for wine. Then there's space where you can like hang wine glasses, and then there's like a cabinet. So it's like a full structure, but the wine's at the top and the wine glass. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, so it holds anything related to the wine. Like you can put it all in one spot. It's like your wine area.
Then I started calling it a bar, but it's not really a bar.
It's not a bar either. No, it's like a
cabinet that holds goods.
Well, you call it like if it was like a bookshelf if you were studious, right? But you're not, so we're going to call it a wine shelf.
No, but okay,
so a wine case.
The reason I bought it was because on the other side of the room is the matching cabinets that's just shelving, and so it's kind of like I'm trying to.
So is that the liquor bottles then? Is that where that is?
How many bottles can it hold? I think it can hold like 30. Like I think there's probably 10 per shelf, and there's 3 shelves. I think I have a photo. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know who the manufacturer is. I don't know who created that. My guess is when they made that thing, they weren't thinking of someone who lives by themselves. Whoa.
It kind of sounds like it should be in a bar or that's cool. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, like it's.
Oh yeah, you could fit probably. Is it? You think it's 10 across top?
I don't know. It's close to 10. Maybe it's 8.
Looks like 7. So you can fit 21 at least. That's what I'm counting. At least 21.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Then a bunch of. That's actually really cool. I like that.
It's really pretty.
And hanging the glasses and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you hang the glasses, and it has a matching like cabinet on the other side.
Joe says it's a rack. I think it's just a really good.
A wine rack.
Bree's appreciative of the math lesson we're going through right now because that's good.
There's 3 shelves, 8 bottles each, 24 bottles.
Oh, that would have been the best thing in my life had you said if you did that wrong. Now, with that said, I'm assuming you did it right. I haven't done the calculation in my head. I think that's how that works. But
I mean, I said 30 originally, and you were the one that was like, "Can we get specific?" I'm like,
I wanted to get specific. I'm trying to figure out whether I should be worried or not. Apparently, to Joe, still a rack. 30 doesn't cut it. You got to be. I think with Joe, you got to be 60 before it becomes a case or anything. So.
Well, and I appreciate Brienne. I'm doing this because you want that real life application. Like I know this is brain break with no value, but if we were teaching adults, you could talk about multiplication skills in a wine rack capacity.
This is essentially what we're doing here. Is a teach further model unit. Congratulations, you can turn this in if you'd like for credits at your school for PD. You're doing great. Wow. All right. I just got a text from Dave. Should I read it?
Well, Dave pinged me while I was showing that picture, so I don't know what he said, but
well, he pinged me. This is brain break, so we're allowed to look at that while we're live, right?
He
that's
says,
okay.
Just now and grabbing my bag. So grateful for you, Ray. Thank you! ! Hashtag Team Ray always. Woohoo!
Wow. Is that really what he said?
No,
he did not say hashtag Team Ray. Oh, he did say hashtag Team Ray always. Hashtag fired. So that's sent. That's how our life is ping in with Dave. Anyway,
I
so
was also telling you that I looked up. There are
You had
these
some questions.
100 interesting questions to ask your friend when you're bored will help you grow even closer. And I figured, what better
friend bored, let's get closer.
bored. Next question.
Is the first question how many bottles of wine is too many bottles of wine?
Okay, so that's a real. Can I ask that legit? Like asking for a friend here, like somebody in the comments, please. And Alex is really concerned about your tie.
Well,
but for real,
it's not a
how
bow
many
tie.
bottles? If it holds 24 bottles, like how many do I have to make it look aesthetically pleasing?
Looking
Like,
at
do I have to always have 6? Or like, because there's no way. Do I have to go buy wine?
show me a picture again.
The picture?
Yeah, I want to see because we can look, because depending on how you space it out, you might be able to get away with just a couple in each rack. But if
So
you do like a pattern,
yeah, right now
you know what I mean?
like 2 here. I got you.
What you could do, Ray, is bottom rack white, middle rack red, and then top rack vodka.
Jeff, the white would be in the fridge, so it's just red.
You can put like 8
And the
bottles of
vodka's
white
in
in
the freezer.
the fridge.
The whiskey, I could put whiskey. I put in the cabinet below.
Yeah, that's definitely a whiskey cabinet. So you got, I think you can get away with like 3 to 4 on each one, spacing it out nicely.
That just means I have to keep a lot of wine in my house.
Whoa, but it wouldn't look empty if you have that. But it also, I mean, you could just fill it up. It's not like just because you have it there, you don't have to drink it all the time. Like,
so I need to go wine shopping, is what you just told me.
yeah, I mean, I have a wine rack of, I think it says 9. And it's always full. Now, full disclosure, there's a bottle of vodka and then a bottle of some sort of whiskey. But like the rest is wine that's just, I'm not necessarily drinking it.
I find this to be.
Now, if you need help with it, winetext.com is the place to go, because you literally text and get bottles of wine shipped to you.
I really would love if anyone listening could tell me their favorite bottle of red wine, and I'll add it to my collection.
Interesting. So, all right, where are we at here? I'm seeing all kinds of stuff here. Okay, Alex, you weren't here when we first started. I just performed a wedding, so I'm still in my wedding getup. I decided not to change. I understand that it's not a bow tie, so it doesn't quite bring me closer to you, but I'm doing what we can.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why his hi guy is in parentheses, but it's good. I think maybe because he was yelling at us here, and then he was like, "Hi guys." Yeah, I got it. So Bree says you have to go even numbers only. I don't know.
That sounds like a Bree thing. I'll tell you, Bree, I like even numbers unless it's a 3, and if it's a group of 3, then I don't feel that strongly.
Alex, I don't think you can do that unless you're Jesus. I think that's the only way that works. Like the wine, water, I don't think you can't put sparkling water on a wine rack.
Wouldn't sparkling water be in the fridge? What's wrong with you people not keeping things cold?
Well, yeah, like you can store white wine without keeping it cold until you're ready to drink it.
Yes. You need peanut butter whiskey. The only whiskey I have is Basil Hayden. Can I get a vote on that? Is that no good? No, I don't know. That's the only whiskey I have in my house.
You don't drink whiskey though, do you?
I know. I like have it out of courtesy. Like if my father comes over,
You should, out of courtesy, maybe have some some other stuff. But I'll get you a list you can have from me.
I mean, I have a lot of vodka, but
I don't like vodka.
I gin.
I don't like gin much. I mean, I'll drink gin, but
Marcus, send me a list. That's
just bourbon. Just bourbon would be good.
Okay.
What was your word? Oh, the made-up word of cret. Yeah, Alex, we just assume it's a word since you used it, because you would be the one we'd ask to hit the comments to let us know if it was a word or not. So you have a lot of leverage here, my friend. So all right, Joe's giving you some stuff here.
Thank you. I love a good cab. Sign me up.
Let's see. Oh, there's another one here. Yeah. Ooh.
Macallan 18. Why not?
Okay. All right. So
have you ever had Lefroy?
Lafleur,
isn't
like
the whiskey
Sawyer's name when they go back to the Dharma Initiative and Lost?
No, it's a whiskey that smells like a campfire. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, yeah. I've never had it, no, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, but you open the bottle and like across the room, you can be like, "I'm sorry, did you spark a fire? Is there a bonfire going on?" Like it's so smoky.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody in the comments back me up here. I've smelled.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Okay.
I'm not a whiskey person. So.
Okay.
So do you want to start with these questions that you're supposed to ask to your friend?
Yeah, I'm just super interested in Alex and his best friend making up the words and using it all the time. So just interested.
It's like a Friends episode. Like Friends make up like words and hand motions for stuff, and they use
Like
them.
moo.
What?
Like a point being moo, like Joey. It's a cow's opinion.
Or like in Seinfeld, they have, like all those shows have like secret funny words that they do with their friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm here for the questions at this point.
Here's my question for you. There's 100 questions. I almost just swore that was inappropriate. There's 100 questions.
she's too far in. It's over.
I just don't usually come on Brain Break. I'm just confused. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Gleba. She's gonna be a scientist.
Ex-
Is the first word. And hi, Brittany Wolf. Great to see you.
Oh.
All right,
Brittany,
just
it's so good to
can we
see
take
you.
a moment and give a shout out to Brittany? I don't know if anybody here is on TikTok, but she's killing it and racking up thousands and thousands of followers, educating the heck out of TikTok around Tourette's. It's super cool to watch the questions popping in and her answering stuff. So, Brittany, can you drop your TikTok handle in? I think it's just Brittany Wolf, but I can't remember. It might be one tick at a time. Anyway, sorry.
Can I also say that with all that being said, follow her on all social media because
Yes.
her puppy, guys, I know she's like a really, really smart person, but
Puppies
guys,
too.
her new puppy is, yeah. I have no words. That's the cutest stinking puppy. It's adorable.
All right, questions.
Okay, well, my question for you was, am I supposed to go in order or can I
Well-
jump around?
Well, listen, I'm going to give you full autonomy. You can do whatever you want. The way I've done it when I've gotten these lists, the one was like 250. I literally told Dave, I'm like, I'm going to rattle them off one after another. I'm not even looking at them. I'm just going down the line. So then I was like surprised and laughing as I was reading them. Now, if you watched how I did that, I also answered some of them for him so that I can move on. But that's just part of my.
Okay, so we're going to, in other words, there's no rules. I can do whatever I want. So what's your hidden talent?
My hidden talent?
Yeah.
I don't know that I have a hidden. Give me an example of a hidden talent, like clapping your hands weird or ventriloquism, or like I don't have any hidden talents. I marry people. Is that a hidden talent?
What are 3 of your favorite dog names of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our yeah. Tasty. I know that was just like my last dog, but we really like that name too. And then Pat.
Pat?
Pat the dog. Like Pat the dog from
Uh-huh.
Friends.
Haha. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Do you believe in reincarnation?
No.
Really? That's so disappointing.
I'm sorry.
I really thought we
You
had.
thought-
Like,
No, I don't. I don't believe
what's your
in
dream car?
my dream car.
Yeah.
Boy, that has changed a lot. That's a good question. I would normally have went right to a Porsche, and it could be really anything, but I don't know that it's still my dream car anymore. I honestly probably like a late 50s Corvette
No.
with the shark fins. I always wanted one of those.
Yeah.
Late
Well,
50s, late 60s.
Who's the last person that made you cry and why?
Probably
not-
you.
It's not me.
Last person to make me cry was my mom, like an hour and a half ago, because she was crying on the phone, and I don't know why. Like it was nothing like something else happened. She was crying to me, which was great. But like my mom just gets. I didn't really cry, but like
Yeah.
I hate when my mom cries. Like because especially if I can't do anything for it, I'm just like. Or like my cute little "I'm your youngest and I just told you I love you" doesn't work. I'm like, oh crap, I got nothing left, mom. So I'll blame it on my mom.
Does it surprise anybody on the entire planet that Carly Sabrina's dream car is a Barbie pink Jeep?
Or a yellow beetle.
It does not surprise anyone that that's true. She's the most colorful person ever. I love that. Is that a dog named Stir Fry? How cool is that?
Skilly Stir Fry Surprise.
Oh my
I had a bunny whose name was Peanut Buster Parfait
I'm
because
sorry.
I wanted to name him Buster, and my brother Paul wanted to name him Peanut. So we compromised on Peanut Buster Parfait, like from Dairy Queen. It was when I was like in 5th grade, I think. But yeah, Peanut Buster Parfait. Fun fact: my current dog's name is Buster.
There you go.
Not from that.
My current dog's name's Harvey and Alfred. All right.
Which just so everyone knows, like circles back to the wine cellar dugout, bat cave. Little conspiracy theory we got going on here.
What's your go-to ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
You're
So I'm saying that, then I'm like, I think I'm more likely actually to grab mint chocolate chip than I am chocolate nowadays.
Really?
Yeah. I don't do a lot of ice cream, but
That's true. This is the most important question because I've been literally only pulled up this list so I could ask you number 7, and this is my moment. I feel like I should take a deep breath because like 4:20, this was the minute that I got to ask the question I've always wanted to know. What does this say?
some incredible news that you can get a peanut butter parfait, but replace the peanuts with other toppings like cookie dough, Oreos, etc. Brittany just knows this stuff. Like,
she's a genius. That's why
follow Brittany for more Dairy Queen hacks, apparently.
Amazing. Question 7. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. What was your first impression of me?
Well, that's an interesting question. I'm trying to remember. Like, my first impression of you was actually via your Twitter profile.
I know. That's the
My first look, my impression was, looks like she's doing something cool in her classroom. Then we spoke on a video conference. I don't know if it was Skype or Zoom. I think it was probably Skype actually at that point.
I think it was a Google.
Or no, it would have been Google Hangout, I bet, yeah. And I remember getting off the phone, calling Chad and saying, hey, just got off the phone with this Ray girl, that the teacher in Illinois. I think Ray's short for Rachel. I'm not sure. But anyway, her Ray, she does something in her classroom. It has something to do with something, but a transformer. It was like a bus. And anyway, I think she's the person that should be on our team next. And that's like, so whatever impression that is, obviously I was impressed or desperate. Not sure which category, but I was like, yeah, you're doing cool stuff. And we're trying to do something cool. So I think that's it. So.
Joe says, I thought you'd be taller.
Really? Do you think?
Short,
how short are you? How tall are you? I don't think you're that short. Are you that short?
I'm like 5'2", 5'3".
I'm not very tall, so like I guess that's why I don't think you're that short.
But you're way taller than me.
That's true.
Like if we stand together, you look normal sized because I'm so short. Why is she so mean to Jeff? That's not even fair.
I know. I've been saying that for many years now.
Heather says, I knew we would be besties. Okay, when I met Heather, who's also on the Teach Better team, she was my boss. And I was scared of her. I thought you really liked bagels.
You know what's interesting about that is that currently I'm Heather's boss and I'm scared of her. She
is intense. Heather has just that leader mentality that like no matter what she says, you're like, that must be the law.
Yeah, Joe, I think you've met Brittany in real life, but if you don't, she's also shorter than you think, possibly.
Yeah, Brittany is short. Yeah, true. Okay. Do you?
So was that like you said that was like why you got this list? Like, was that like did it live up to your expectations? What what were you hoping for from that answer, or were you just really curious?
You told an honest answer, which I did not expect. I expected a very creative, jerky answer, so that's why I was excited to see if you tell the truth or not.
I'll try to be more jerky from here on out.
I think you're fine. Hey, do you have a favorite icebreaker question? I feel like that's a weird question that might be a good icebreaker.
And this is like a horrible icebreaker question. You really, it's not really where you should go. But I always ask, "What do you do?" Because I love that it gets us into a conversation. Because I love learning about like other like jobs and other things. So, like when you go to like a wedding, my wife would love to sit in a corner table and just watch everyone. Or get put at a table, because they knew that we knew everyone there. I love when it's like, we're going to put people at tables that they don't know. I love sitting down at a table with like 8 other people we've never met. Because then I can go, so, what does everybody do for a living? And then we get into a conversation. So
yeah, okay,
I don't think it's a good one, but that's...
Brianne asked a good question in the comments. She's like, what if they don't have a job?
That's a great conversation because they say, I don't have a job. And then I get to find out, why not? What are you thinking about? What are your dreams? What would you love to have a job about? Why did you quit your job? Wow, that's a crazy way to quit a job. That's awesome. What are you looking for now? Maybe I can help.
When people say, hey, Jeff, what do? You just go like, I'm self-employed? Is that just what you – is that your mentality?
No. I typically say, look, I work for a very skilled, albeit mean, individual who tells me what to do and
Don't
asks me
talk
weird
about
questions.
Heather that way. That's so easy to talk about Heather that way. Heather, I would never talk about you that way.
Full transparency, like to Bree's point, like I'm being serious. Like I it doesn't change anything for me. That just means I get to have a different conversation with him, which can be really, really interesting too. So
I see. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I feel like some of these are a little too serious, but we're gonna keep going.
right, we can get serious.
What's something you hope will never change?
Something I hope will never change.
I'm sure there's many things on this list, but one.
This can I go sappy and deep, or do you want me to not?
I mean, I want both now at this point.
All right. My initial guys, I'm going to say this, Ray. I hope this never changed. My actual answer is the way my daughter looks at me, like and like needs me, and that. So I was having a conversation earlier. Who was I talking to?
Not me.
Oh, I was talking to the amazing woman who does a lot of our accounting work for us, Michelle Razor. And she was telling about how her oldest just went off to preschool this week for the first time. And we got talking, and I'm just like, and how like she said, like they come to the door, do a quick COVID test, and then take them. And she's just like, well, remember me? And I'm like, Jacqueline used to, Jacqueline had a lot of issues, and so like she needed me. Now she's doing great, but sometimes I'm like, I kind of want a middle ground if I could. Like, don't be so. Now she's like, can you not walk with us in the morning? I want to walk by myself. And I'm like, no, I'm walking because I have to take Buster for a walk. Like. I'm like, I want you to need me. And I'm like, oh, crap. She's only 7. When she's 12, 13, like, she's going to, like, it's just one of those things.
I cannot tell you how excited I am for her to start dating and for you to have to cope with that and me get to watch. I just want you to know.
So that's actually something that a lot of people I don't think realize is, like, I'm least worried about that. Like, I've never been a guy that's like, oh, we're going to protect my daughter. Like, that's just I've never been that way. And so I'm interested to see how I handle it and if it changes, if my mindset changes when I'm actually there.
Well, we'll remember this moment. We are going to.
Yeah, I feel like she's already dating.
Oh, she's like a wonderful woman.
Fun story this morning. I had the brain break plan, and she comes up like in front of me, so she can't see, but she can hear, and she goes, Ray. And walks away. Like she was like, Dad, watch this. I can guess who's on the screen. Like, but she didn't say that, but that's what her attitude said. She was like, Ray, and walks away, just brushing her hair. And I'm like, yep. I thought you'd enjoy that. Anyway, what's a game changer? I don't know. I'm excited, but I don't know why.
Something wonderful you said, I'm sure. Whatever.
Anyway,
if you can only eat one food, I want this in the comments, by the way. I want to hear everybody's answer because I feel like I'm going to judge you guys all for this. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
I'm going to wait for some of the comments to roll through.
No, it's like instantaneous.
One food for me that I could eat for the rest of my life. What would I eat? Chicken. Chicken.
Really? Like, just that it seems like, yeah, I wouldn't pick that. No. I mean, I'm on like kind of a wing kick right now, which is weird for me to say to you because I don't usually eat wings, and you always eat wings. And
I don't eat wings anymore.
I know, but when I think of you in chat, I just think of you both eating wings.
But yeah. So I believe Alex's comment was actually in response to Brittany's DQ hack. So I don't think it has anything to do with it. They're in like their own thing right now. Nikki said cucumbers.
Okay, my favorite word in Hebrew is cucumbers.
Say it in Hebrew.
Malafaphone.
Malafaphone?
Isn't that so cool?
Sounds like an instrument that would be fun to play.
Like
that sounds like an instrument that would be played in The Grinch Stole Christmas Story, like by the Who's.
Legitimately, like you're at a stand and you're ordering something that has cucumbers in it. You'd say, like that you want malafaphone. Yeah, it's the coolest.
Malafaphone.
Potatoes. Thank you, Brittany. That's why I love you so much.
And she thought through it because there's so many ways that you can cook potatoes.
Once I found
chicken's the same too, though.
It is.
Cook chicken a million different ways. So, I don't. Yeah, that was my way. So,
okay, this
I can never go along with wings.
A little sappy, but like maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe it doesn't have to be sappy. Maybe
I'm a sappy guy. So,
what's your best memory so far this year? So it is September 15th, 2021. Can you tell us honestly and try not to fib or choose a different one? Like, Can you legitimately say,
yep,
because I know it instantly for me.
I know it. I was driving my car. I don't remember where we were going, whatever, but it was just me and I had Jacqueline. Probably going to the store. Probably going to Target, honestly. And Jacqueline goes, "Hey, Dad," and I said, "Yeah," and she goes, "I think it's pretty cool that I have a dad that owns his own business." I said, "Oh, you think that's cool?" She goes, "Yeah, but I just love that you're my dad first." And I'm like, "Oh, like I don't know." It's just one of those. It was kind of a cool moment where like she recognized that was what I did, and like.
Yeah.
And again, it kind of circles back to like I don't want that to change because she's told me so many times like that she like loves me. I'm like, oh, that's nice because at some point she's gonna hate me.
Yes.
And hopefully she'll come back around and we'll drink wine together and whatever when she's older. But there's gonna be a period there where she hates me.
Yeah.
Potentially. Anyway, what was yours? You said you knew right off the bat.
Well, I like Joe's that getting kids back in person. That's like the best answer. That's so true. Seeing my grandma's face when I got to tell her I was getting my book published.
Yeah. Oh, I know that was because that was one of Brittany's biggest things. Yep.
So cool. Oh, Nikki, when our 13-year-old told her she wasn't lame.
That ain't a small victory. That's a big victory. 13-year-old.
Totally not small.
What was yours?
Mine seems not nearly as cool.
It doesn't matter. It's just not about being cool. I'm here.
Mine was that. So 2020 was hard for a lot of people for 1,000 different reasons.
Yeah.
Not to overshare, but on the back end, there was some element of like our team was trying to do as much as possible, but like we're a business too, trying to support, all of our people was kind of a stress for a good time. And there was a moment earlier this year when we realized that we not only were helping people, but we're making traction. And that was really,
I like your memory.
like after all of this like stress, we kind of like had this moment. I think Chad was there. We were all kind of like, I think we're doing good work and we're still here. Like that was really cool for me.
I like that. That's a good one. Can I just say it just popped on Facebook down here? I have the group in my phone so I can see like if names don't show up, and it shows that my father-in-law is watching right now.
Oh hey.
So hi to Jim, or Yucky as we call him. He'll be glad to hear that I'm drinking some bourbon.
So this one is
all right. What do we got?
This one you have to throw in the comments because I just know that like I feel like Nikki, you're gonna like this one. Help me out. Can you name a word that makes you cringe whenever you hear it?
Oh, I don't know.
People don't like.
Yeah. Some
like,
people, yeah. I don't know. Do I have a word that makes me cringe?
Okay, so my mother is the most educated, smartest, most beautiful woman on the planet. She's my favorite human. She's unbelievable. She can't say the word different, and every time she says it wrong, I'm like, oh, it drives me crazy. Like
different?
She's different.
How does she say it?
She says different. It drives me insane.
Different.
It drives me nuts every time. That's not really the same thing. I'm just saying that every time she says it, I'm like, Mom, you're so capable.
My mom struggles with Pacific or wait. I can't remember if she struggles with specific or Pacific, but she like blends them. Doesn't necessarily mix them up, but blends them. Like she knows what she's saying, but like sometimes I'm like, I don't think how you're supposed to say that. All right, I'm with you. The Pacific Ocean, like that one right there. Is that what?
But yeah, so it's not a word that makes me cringe, but it's like
it doesn't make me cringe. It makes me laugh. As a son, I don't know. I don't think I have words like that make me.
Nikki said she doesn't like when people type IDK. I get that. Yeah.
College and career readiness makes you cringe.
Well, it's just maybe overused. That's like when people say, "What's that word that because of the pandemic everyone's using?" Just there's so many words because of the pandemic, like we've heard it 1,000 times that now when you hear it, you're like,
Virtual, mask, freedom.
Okay.
Sorry, I was drinking. That doesn't make me cringe, but it always makes me laugh. Because my daughter right now is in a literally phase where she says literally everything. So when she's like, I literally did this, I literally did that. Like my daughter does that all the time because I'm assuming because there's a couple of YouTubers that say it all the time too. I'm like, yeah, no, that's a Joey thing.
Supposedly. Yeah, that's funny.
Okay. All right, let's keep going. What do we got?
What do you think is the happiest color?
Happiest color?
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to bounce to. I want to say yellow right off the bat. So I'm going to go with yellow. I don't know that I think a light blue would probably jump in there too, or purple. I think purple. According to my daughter's new mood ring that she got, which she's obsessed with, purple is very happy. It's like the happiest you can be. So.
The color I hate, like if I had to pick my top 10 least favorite colors, is the Brain Break blue. I hate the background of
this background.
I hate this color.
It's interesting since you created it.
It wasn't a right choice.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, which celebrity do you wish you could be friends with?
Matthew McConaughey.
Really? They're gonna go Gary Vee in a heartbeat.
I guess I don't consider him a celebrity.
I mean, is he not a celebrity?
I guess he is. I guess I just don't. I don't know why I don't think of him as a celebrity. Celebrity in my mind goes to like actors and stuff. But yeah, Gary Vee. But otherwise, The Rock would be good. That's a hard question. But I think Matthew McConaughey. I think I'd really. I don't know. I just like to chill out with him. I feel like we'd just be chilling out. But then suddenly, like we would go from chilling out to like getting really into a project because I think that's what he actually does. I don't know. Keanu Reeves would be cool, and that would probably be the most likely.
I think my struggle would be like, I guess we need to define celebrity because I have a bunch of people in my head and I don't know which is most appropriate.
Who do you think? We'll throw them out there.
Would be awesome. Brittany's right. Yeah.
Who do you have?
Like my first thing was like easy Kim Bearden. I want her to be friends with me. She's a celebrity in my mind. She's so
it depends
cool.
on what you do, celebrity, but like she would probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure she'd hang out with you. Like
guys, I have her phone number and we could totally text. I'm just saying, like that happened, and literally she called me. And I want you all to know I died, and then answered, and then died again.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I was gonna go. Okay, there's a celebrity that I love that now sounds stupid because I don't know her last name.
That's playing fast and loose with the name Love.
Saoirse? Okay, her name's Saoirse, but her last name starts with an R, and she's
Saoirse.
Scottish. Oh my gosh, what has she been in? She's the coolest actress. Anytime she does interviews, I just love. She's got this beautiful accent. And
I don't know who that is. Saoirse, I'm trying to think of actors.
Go Google her. All right, if you could live in someone else's shoes for a day, who would you pick and why?
That actually, I would say Gary Vee. Because I just love to see how, like, to feel what he feels like every day, like how he gets treated places, to see what that would actually be like versus what I imagine it is like.
Yeah, I get that. That's cool.
Would yours be mine?
I was saying, I just want to be Chad because I think that he's just like super cool and travels everywhere all the time.
My initial thought was gonna be Dave because he doesn't do anything and I'd be relaxing, but I went serious instead.
If you
Does your dog wear shoes? Because otherwise, I'm not.
I was gonna say Alfred for sure. If we're picking like I have two dogs. One is stressed beyond belief, and one is like sleeping constantly. I want the one that's sleeping constantly. I
like Nikki's addition to because she wants. It's not just because she wants to lay around like a dog. She wants to see how he sees the world. That's actually really good too. Because I'm always like, I don't know what you're thinking, and I want to know because my dog does some weird stuff that I don't know how to figure out.
Wait, can I clarify? If we're actually able to pick dogs, I might pick Brittany's dog. Like I would want to be in Brittany's dog.
Because you can play with Brittany and Scott all day long. That's
Best
awesome.
life ever.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
What's your biggest stress right now? 4:38. What's your biggest stress?
The fact that we have a meeting on the conference in less than an hour, and I'm not 100% sure I prepared for it at all.
Oh, I feel super prepared. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about.
Oh, good.
So don't be stressed.
Yeah, I think that's probably my biggest stress right now.
Do you read your horoscope?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Did I answer that the right way? Because how I meant to answer is I think that's dumb. Is that how I came across? Because that's what I was going for. Sorry.
When you're in a bad mood, how do you deal with it? Other than call me and yell.
How do I deal with it? Either work out, play video games, or if I'm in the right mood and I can get myself there by trying to turn towards gratefulness and like remember stuff. But typically video games or working out.
This one is very relevant to our internal team. We like have our management system in Basecamp. That's very relevant to the conversation today. What did you dream about last night? Everybody was messaging about their dreams today. I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were. Last night, the only thing that I can remember, I think was it last night, wasn't it before? I think it was last night.
Did anybody dream about Jeff Gargas? Feel free to put that in the comments.
No, I dreamed, and this is good. This is not. It was a weird dream. I dreamed that I was in the world. If I'm rewatching for the first time, I haven't watched it for years, but I'm rewatching Dexter.
Oh,
I don't know if you know Dexter, the show.
really?
It's not really scary, but it's really dark. But it's also like really well done, really intriguing. And I was like in that world. I wasn't being killed. I wasn't Dexter. Like that. I was in there and I was interacting with the characters. It was really weird. One of those like felt way too real when I woke up, and then I woke up and realized that like, well, that was weird. I have those every now and then. I don't know.
All right.
Anyway,
take a sip of your drink. Do you believe we would be better off if we didn't have social media?
no.
Yeah, it would be weird if you said yes because we're literally streaming on social media.
I think too many people demonize social media, not realizing that we've all been the way that we see on social media. It's just amplified now. Your friend that you disagree with and now hate, you should have to begin with. They just didn't have a platform to expose themselves yet.
That sounded very intimate. How long do you think a couple should date before getting married?
Oh, wow. I don't know that if it's necessarily a length. I don't know about dating, but I think you should have to live together for at least 6 months to a year, because I don't think you could possibly know someone until you live with them for at least a minimum of 6 months.
Okay, this is one for everybody in the comments, so get ready, like thumbs on your keyboard or whatever. What song do you know every word to?
Oh, there's quite a few of them.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like a million for a Jeff Gargas.
Ice Ice Baby.
Ice Baby, that's a good one.
Or like name a Bon Jovi song, I probably know it too.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No. Sorry.
Which planet would you visit if you could go to any of them?
Ooh, I think Saturn.
Because you like the rings.
I like the rings. Yeah, I don't know why.
I get that. I did a project.
I really want to know what the rings look like and I know there's pictures, and I just probably never looked at it. But like, I think that would be fun.
Cool.
You know, I don't know. Like, what would it be like if we had rings around our Earth? Like,
I mean,
I think about that the same way I think about what would I be like if I had wings. Like,
you with wings would be very scary. We don't.
If that popped out like on Lucifer.
That'd be
I just went like this and boom. Would they be white or black? Do you know? When you envision me with wings, I know you have. Would they be white or black, or like some other?
White, but now I feel like I'm wrong.
I'm just curious. I didn't know.
I think they'd be better green, to be honest with you. Okay, what is something that always makes you smile?
If I'm being sappy, my kids.
Yeah, you're no more.
They don't. No, that's not true. They don't always make me smile. Sometimes they don't. I'm gonna say Friends, the TV show Friends, always makes me smile. Never fails. You're welcome, Brittany.
Where would you go if you had to pack up your stuff and relocate to another country tomorrow?
Canada.
Oh, okay. I would not.
I'd go up to the island. I love Canada.
Yeah, you love it there.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if my answer is biased because of my sister, but my first initial was like Scotland in a heartbeat.
Well, now to be fair, I haven't been to Scotland. I haven't been to Ireland. I've been all over the place. I've never had the urge to, so mine's probably a pretty biased, I'd imagine too. So
yeah, I think Scotland. I just feel like I could live there because my sister's there, my brother-in-law's there. They're like very dog friendly. It would be an easy thing.
And they're drunk most of the time too. So like.
Italy. Guys, I'm all up for moving to Italy. If any of you want to move to Tuscany, sign me up. I'm game. My parents are going to Venice next week.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Are they coming back?
I don't think so.
There's a chance they will.
COVID, I think they're going and just like permanently staying.
See what happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
it's their wedding anniversary. So they're celebrating their wedding anniversary. Cool. Are you registered to vote? I know is that too personal? Should you not answer that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What would you say if someone asked you for a random piece of advice? Whoa, I love that question.
Oh, if someone's just like, hey, give me a random piece of advice?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd tell them to get very self-aware.
Oh,
I think it's the most valuable thing you can ever do, and the most important thing. Yeah.
wow.
Like really self-aware, not what you think. A lot of people think they know themselves, but they don't actually know themselves. They know what they think they want to be.
Should I be, first of all, I just want you to know that was like the best and quickest, best answer of all time. That was so good. But also, Andrea just commented that baby Luke came running when he heard my voice. All of the Teach Better children just hear me too much.
Apparently, that's what I'm getting at.
Guys, I'm so sorry I'm live so often. It's just required with my job now. It's really difficult. I'm so sorry. On behalf of Teach Better, I'd like to apologize.
That's what I.
Which website do you visit the most?
I would like to say ours, but it's not because I only really visit it. I only visit when we're in trouble. Honestly, it's technically a platform, but I think I visit the most is the Circle platform, and a bunch of communities that I like to view things in. So maybe I'd say, like, we're not talking like social media platforms and like that, right? We're talking about which technically are websites, but not
which website do you visit most?
I don't know. I think I'd have to say
it's Canva.
Yeah, definitely Canva for you. For me, it's probably that's a good freaking question. I don't know what the answer is.
Does your email count? Because then it would be my email.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking they're thinking website, like not an app, not like that type of thing. Like I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm not sure. I'm thrown.
What's your favorite family-friendly board game?
Ooh. Board games. I know some people are gonna laugh, but like I really like Monopoly. I didn't always, but my kids really like it. So now, like, I think that I'm older. I'm like, oh, like I get this a little bit more. Like I like this. I got some strategy, and I can win because I'm playing against 7 and 9-year-olds.
Can someone tell me? I saw this game being played in a TV show, and I had played it years ago, and now I want to go purchase it. So that's the context in which I'm asking this question. I saw it being played, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've played that game before, but I don't know the name of it. It's a game where you lay out all these cards that have different words, and you are working with another teammate, and you have to, like, say something that describes the word that you're trying to get them to guess in the pile. So it's like rows of six by six cards. And you have these code names. Thank you, Alex.
As soon as you were done, I was going to say, I bet Alex knows.
So, Alex, thank you. Code names. I want to play that game.
By the way, if anybody is in the comments and you're not already connected with Alex and you don't know this about Alex, Alex has a billion games and knows them all. So, like, if you ever have, like, oh, I should get a new game, go to Alex. He'll tell you all about it.
But, Alex, is that how you describe it? Like, he's giving me the website. That's what I need. I need to look at this website so that I can go get this game. But if that's how you describe it, right? Like, there are all these words, and like if you and I were partners, I'd say like basement, or like 3 basement, and you'd be looking at the cards, and maybe there's 3 words that represent basement. I'm trying to get you to pick, and you could be like ghost, washing machine.
Oh, you'd give me a hint, and I'm looking for 3 very specific cards
that work with that are on the
board or on the table. And how many picks do I get?
It's like you have to guess it right, and if you get it right, I put like chip on top.
Do they all lay down with like the words are face up, so I know them all? I'm not like
you can see all the words, but
so we're all looking at the words, but you're aware of what you're trying to get me to say. So it's almost like a weird, what's the word? It's not charades. Charades is this, but like
catchphrase, but
sort of like catchphrase, but like in a
like backwards.
Yeah.
Because
that's kind of cool.
You're picking the words. I'm giving you the one word that describes.
That sounds fun.
I'm saying we need to play some games.
Jeff,
we were just talking about. We don't have time for this, but we were just talking about. We have some people getting together in a few weeks that are all flying into the same location to work on a project, and I feel like playing a board game would be really fun bonding, but I don't think we have time.
Yeah, I don't know that we have time. Unless
lunch? No, I don't think we do.
I mean, we could, but
all right, wait, back to your question.
Okay.
Okay, this one I'm very, very, very nervous to ask. If you have children around, I recommend you don't have them around for this question. So we will pause for dramatic effect and so you can make appropriate, like turn down your volume. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. How old were you when you found out that Santa didn't,
Didn't what?
like wasn't real?
What do you mean?
Like I track Santa every Christmas, so my answer is today years old.
You're telling. So wait. Are you saying he's not?
No, he's real. Here we go. All right. What's the weirdest fact you've ever heard?
The weirdest fact I've ever heard.
I don't know.
No, I'm trying to think. I'm like, oh, what's a weird fact I've never heard?
We're at question 46 and we are 50 minutes live. I'm so impressed that this is like going so well.
Weirdest fact. I just heard a fact. Yes, I think it was yesterday about like I'm trying to remember though because I can't like it was around like how big the sun is. That if you took all the other planets in our solar system and put all of their masses together, it's only like it's like not even like a tenth of the. It's such a small little teeny piece of the. I can't remember the numbers. It's such a ridiculously small part of like the sun. It's crazy. And then they took the sun. They said, and the sun compared to the actual solar system is like this. And I'm like, wow, we have no idea how big things are. Like this is absurd. So I can't. That was like a really crazy. Which I've seen that before. I don't know. That's the most recent one I can think of. Other than that, honestly, one of the coolest facts I've heard recently is that you can change out the peanuts on a peanut butter parfait from Dairy Queen. So
thank you, Brittany.
You pick which one you want. One or the other there. So
are you scared of dying?
Yes.
So I want you to know that like I always used to say no to that question. And I
think about it all the time.
I think about it all the time now. And there's been a shift within the last however many months. I like feel very differently. I'm just saying. I'm very scared of that.
So now you're very scared?
I am. And I don't want to be. I think being scared is silly. You can only control so much. But I think about it all the time now, and I think it's unhealthy. Like
I don't like I'm not scared. I don't like worrying afraid of like getting killed. I just like every now like when it creeps in my head like thinking about like just no longer like never this is all done. I'm like, oh shit. Oh sorry.
You can't say that. See, I was gonna swear earlier and you said no.
Well, here we are. If they're still watching at this point, it's probably okay. You already told them to put the kids away.
Yeah,
but no, like so it does. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'd say yes, I am.
Out of all the holidays, which is your favorite?
Christmas.
Without like you didn't even hesitate.
I love the Christmas season.
Oh, okay. Okay, I want to clarify. I don't celebrate Christmas. I know you guys know that, but I love the Christmas season. Like I am the biggest Christmas.
Me too. I love just that whole holiday season. Like I don't care. Like you could put me into Hanukkah instead of Christmas, and I'm still gonna love that season.
This season's fun. I will say my favorite holiday, is Passover, hands down, no questions. But if we're talking about like season, I love. Everyone's happy during Christmas.
Yeah, and I like Passover. Don't you just kind of skip right past that?
Okay. Have you ever done the Enneagram test? We've talked about this. You hate that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I have though. Yes, but go on.
You know what you are?
I don't remember now, but I have done it. I'm also an orange for whatever that test was.
You're a tease. Okay. What type of animal are you most excited to see when going to the zoo?
Ooh, penguins. Love penguins. Really? I don't know why I've always loved penguins, or I've loved penguins for as long as I remember. I just love penguins. I don't know. Like they just.
If you had an alter ego, what would your name be?
Ooh.
I know the answer.
I don't know what's the answer. Ray? Chad? Yeah, you think?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm good with it.
Which instrument would you play if you were in a rock band? Stupid.
Well, I play guitar, so I'd play guitar, but actually I'd really love to play drums. I just can't. Oh, which, by the way, I just realized as I said that Chad played drums, so maybe you're onto something here.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, I play drums because I just never been able to pick that up.
Okay, this one I feel like is weird because I feel like you did this. So what's one side hustle idea you'd love to start? I'd be like, the Teach Better. You started the Teach Better teams.
Oh, I've done a lot of side hustles.
You've done a lot. You are the king of side hustles.
If I start another side hustle right now, I think I would start something connected to esports, or honestly, like streaming. I'd love to stream, like do video game streaming.
You know that right now we're streaming on.
I'm
Facebook.
saying like video game streaming, like streaming video games and getting into that. That would be a side hustle wouldn't mind starting.
What's something that takes up way too much of your time?
Teach better.
So true though. Hashtag my life.
Legal junk.
Oh yeah, guys. I don't know. Can we just talk about adulting here for a second? I spent an hour and a half to focus on taxes. Nuh-uh. That's all I'm saying.
A lot of people. Yeah, like I said, like a lot of people don't realize all that really not fun stuff of owning a business, and that's one of them. Like, there's a whole lot of things you got to think about.
Yeah, cancel that. No.
Just so you know, I saw a video that was, I've seen it before, but it was a guy, like a guy probably about my age or whatever, and he's like jumping up and down mad, and the caption reads, "So far today, no one has asked me how fast I run in my new shoes. Adulting sucks." Yeah, no one asked me either.
Okay, that's one of my mom's pet peeves is she doesn't like that people say adulting. And I'm like, Mom, they're saying it she's like, it's not a word. I'm like, I know. That's like kind of the point. Like
Did you tell her that neither is different or however she said?
I tried. She was already upset. I didn't feel like I needed to go there.
They want to poke that one its nest.
Okay, legitimately, I think my answer to this is with you. So
what's that?
I'm sure your life is different, Jeff. I'm confident because you've like lived some life. Not meaning that you're old, but you've done a lot in your life. What's the longest amount of time you've gone without sleeping?
Oh, wow.
Honestly, like Teach Better Conference or anytime I go to stinking Ohio.
Yeah, I think that match, I think it was probably when I did I helped put on the parkour championship out in Vegas because the flights and everything, and I got in and started going, like, I don't know that I think I went 36 to almost 2 days. Like I was like literally delirious. I ended up crashing, and then I had enough time to catch back up. It was like crazy long time.
Okay.
Crazy long.
One more question, and then can we like do a little sneak
sure.
spoiler for next week? Because I feel like there's something huge next week, but nobody knows, but maybe they could think about it now with the people that are with us.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want this last question?
Sure.
What age do you wish you could stay forever?
17.
Yeah. No.
It's right before you actually could be held accountable for anything.
That's terrible.
Once you hit 18, like literally everything's real.
No. That's
when 17, I actually probably wouldn't. I'm pretty sure I'd hate at 17. Honestly, for me, it probably would have been more like 20, 21, that area of my life, because it was just a fun time. What would your age be?
I think I'm gonna just pick like 45. Like I don't know what 45 is gonna be like, but I feel like I've almost enjoyed more as I've gotten older.
Listen, so I think it's gonna be rough.
What?
I don't know why. I'm just gonna throw that out for you. I'm just gonna completely throw your chi off balance now.
15 years for me. I have so much time to get so good.
I've got about 15 years to make it rough.
Okay.
Yes.
Spoiler alert for all of you that are still on here because we have 2 minutes left, and I just want to make sure I tell you this. Can you please do us a big favor? We need you to do a few things, and this is going to be pushed on social media like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but like right now, if you guys could help us make this happen, that'd be great. We need you to mark your calendars for Tuesday at 9:00 Eastern in the evening.
Yes.
Tuesday,
please.
9:00 Eastern, which is 8:00 Central. This is PM in the evening. Put a little reminder. We need you to grab a like special bubbly beverage or whatever you like to drink. We really need to do a family cheers. And this is going to be very, very, very important. There's something special happening and we need you to be there.
Super excited. I'm going to challenge you with not a small reminder, big reminder. Like full banner. Like whatever, yeah.
This is like calling all family, like bat signal up, like Tuesday, and tune in for like 15 minutes. Like you don't have to be there the whole time. We know you guys are so busy. It's late for a lot of you. Like 9:00 Eastern on Tuesday, September 21st. We really, 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 really want to do a family cheer, something very, very exciting. So please come.
It's going to be a really fun day for me because I just a little before that, I get to do something really, really cool. So earlier than that at 5:00 Eastern, I get to do something really cool. So
I don't actually feel like I know what that.
You don't. I get to spend an hour and a half with Pat Flynn. So who so that's kind of fun.
Oh, Alex, I do want to clarify. He's asking like legit questions. So can I answer that one?
Yeah, go ahead and answer.
Okay, we are not doing spoiler alerts for the conference. That's not what it is.
No.
It is like a celebration, and we just want to bring the family together for a big, 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 big celebration.
No, but that stuff's coming. We'll say soon.
But you will know about that. We'll be doing like email blasts. We'll be doing a ton of promotions. Like when we have those details, you guys will know for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is like
just put it on your calendar, Alex. Okay. Quit with all the questions. Just be there. Yeah. It's important. You'll be there. Bow tie would be great. Just throwing that out there, buddy.
Not to go dramatic, but like if you could bring one friend, that would be awesome.
That would be great too.
Like we are trying to get family together. So like message one person and have them come Tuesday, 9:00 Eastern, the 21st.
Yes. And we'll be back here the following day on Wednesday as well for Brain Break. What's tomorrow morning? Who you got tomorrow morning?
Me and Caitlin O'Connor.
Caitlin, oh, yeah, that's right. Caitlin tomorrow. Caitlin O'Connor and then Brad Hughes on Friday. So make sure you join Ray and Caitlin tomorrow morning for the deal dropping at 7:00 Eastern time. Yes.
I want on record that I'm way more professional during those morning sessions.
Yes. Yeah. You're very professional. It's weird, but it's great. Yeah. So join Ray there. We'll see you next week, Tuesday, 21st, 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern. Be there. All right. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you.